Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are doing another ball review. Tonight it is going to be on the new Roto Grip Hyped Hybrid. It is the pink one. There's a pink one and there's a blue one. The blue one is a pearl. Long story short, I got the hybrid. So tonight we're going to take a look at this. This ball comes out. The worldwide release date is on the 29th. Tonight is the 26th, is the night that I'm filming this. So I got a couple more days here. Hopefully I can get the Electrify Solid done before the 29th. But yeah, tonight our sole focus is going to be on the Roto Grip Hyped Hybrid. We're going to compare it up to the AFTERBURNER. It's from 900 Global. Number-wise, the numbers are fairly similar, so I figured that would be a good comparison. Before we get started, I Am Bowling. Make sure you go over and check them out. They got great jerseys. I love them. You guys know the drill. Just go over, check them out. Yeah. They got great products. So if you use my promo code down here, it's going to be FIRO07. If you use that at checkout, you can save yourself 20% off of your entire order. I encourage you to do that. It's saving you a lot of money. So just be sure to go over there and use my promo code. Also, Storm Products, they're putting out a lot of great stuff. Like I said, we got 3 balls here that are going to be released on the 29th. It is the Trend 2, which is the big one. Hyped, the Hype series, which honestly I think is probably one of the more underrated releases of the 29th. And then we have the Electrify Solid, all of which, like I said, come out on the 29th. So be sure to head on over. If you have any questions, make sure you A, reach out in the comments, and B, check with your local pro shop operator. They'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions you got about the balls coming on the 29th. Also, you guys did me a huge solid the last time when I filmed the last video, which I think is just under a week. It might be 6 days. I was at 299 subscribers. As of right now of shooting this video, I'm at 327. So you guys came through. 28 of you subscribed. It's a huge help. I appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Like I keep saying, my ultimate goal is 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys could do me a solid, feel free to subscribe. Now that I got all of that out of the way, without further ado, let's get into the Hyped Hybrid. You guys stay tuned. And then you're just going to let go. So what you want to do is you want to make the cast bias down here. You're going to draw a line here. That's the bowling ball. And you're going to draw that line. Bear drill that I do it for myself and I do it for the high school kids that I coach. Here is the layout for my new Hyped Hybrid. Kind of a regular sort of layout for me. It's a 50 by 4.5 by 40. Yeah, just kind of a typical sort of layout for me. And here we go, hitting the lanes. Hyped Hybrid. I really do like how this ball rolls. You know, when I first got it, it was fairly strong. I'm not gonna lie. It was difficult for me to kind of keep this ball on the right side of the right side of the head pin. Here you'll be able to see how much cleaner that Afterburner is. But yeah, it was hard for me to kind of keep that hyped on the right side of the head pin. Now, granted, I got it. And it was still fairly warm out, still fairly humid, so that had a little something to do with the pattern. But the hyped was actually fairly strong, but it was also fairly predictable when I was throwing it. When I made all these adjustments, it was very easy for me to predict what I needed to do and what adjustments I needed to make to be able to make that hyped hit the pocket. And again, this is after the hype has got some oil on the surface. It calmed down a fair amount, but you know, it's really predictable. It's really it's a really good honestly it's a really good benchmark ball. But here again, you're just able to see how much cleaner this Afterburner is, which I think it shows
how good of a step up and how good of a combination these hyped and the afterburner could be. You know, I mean, if your hyped is checking up just a little early, or you need something a little cleaner, you can switch to an afterburner. You know, and really kind of get some length out of it and really get it to kind of get through the mid lane a lot easier. You're able to see how much earlier this hyped hooks, how much better it kind of reads the mid lane than I think, you know, some of these sort of lower tier balls. So it's definitely a great step up from the lower tier balls, and yeah, I'm a really big fan. It's a great kind of mid tier ball.
Hey guys, so Hyped Hybrid, let's get it up here, let's take a look at it. First of all, I mean, the colors do look great. I haven't really seen a pink ball really since that Black Widow pink, so big fan of the color scheme. Now, the first thing I feel like that comes to mind when I think of this Hyped Hybrid, and this is awkward, I don't like holding this. Anyways, the first thing I think of when I think of that Hyped Hybrid, and I guess the first thing that comes to mind after throwing it, is it's very predictable. And what I mean by that is, and maybe my brain was working today, but what I feel like with that Hyped Hybrid was I was able to understand what that ball was going to do, you know? So, you know, I feel like obviously I throw the ball in different spots during the review to try and get a feel for the versatility and make you guys understand how versatile that ball is. And I feel like whenever I move left or right with that Hyped Hybrid, I knew exactly what the ball was going to do, and I understood what I needed to do to make that ball hook or strike from that location. So, you know, when I stood on my spot, which is 25, you know, I threw the ball, and I'm like, okay, this is great. I moved into 30, and I figured I could probably throw the ball similar, maybe slow it down just a hair. I did. It struck. I moved to 35. I knew that I really had to slow it down a fair amount to get the ball to strike from there. That's what I did. Ball struck. I moved right. I knew that if I stood on 20, I probably didn't have to untuck my pinky, but I needed to roll it a little bit more, pick up my speed a little bit. I did that. The ball struck. Stood on 15, untucked my pinky, rolled the ball a fair amount, kept my speed up, ball struck. It was a little bit more of a struggle throwing the ball like when I stood on 15, but that's just me. That's how I throw the ball. I'm really around the side of it rather than up the back. It's a struggle for me to get up the back. So anytime I play straighter, I'm probably going to struggle. But like I said, it felt like I was really able to predict the ball's motion a lot better than, say, some of the other balls that, you know, I've thrown. And that's not a dig at the other balls. I just think that Hyped Hybrid is just really, really predictable. And it's also very versatile because when you're able to predict the ball's motion, you can obviously throw it a little bit more places because you understand that's what that ball is going to do. So I really like the predictability of the Hyped Hybrid. I think that's probably its hallmark. Obviously, like I said, that goes hand in hand with the ball's versatility. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I feel like when you come into predictability and versatility, that's probably the great hallmark of a benchmark ball. And I think Roto Grip really knocked it out of the park with this Hyped Hybrid. It's very versatile. It's very predictable. You're going to understand what you're throwing. You're going to understand what you're getting. Now, when I first threw this ball, it was quite the eye-opener to me. This ball hooked a lot when I first got it. And now that I kind of have some oil in it, have some games under it, it kind of calmed down a little bit, and it helped with that predictability. I mean, when I first got it, I could barely keep it on the right side of the head pin. Granted, I'm having a hard time keeping a lot of balls on the right side of the head pin right now. But I really do think this Hyped Hybrid is a great hallmark ball. It's a great benchmark ball. It's that. It's a great benchmark ball. Now, the comparison up to the Afterburner, you know, after kind of throwing it, might have been a little unfair. I think that the and I don't remember the core shapes offhand. But I know that cover stock is a lot cleaner on that Afterburner, not as aggressive as that Hyped Hybrid. But, excuse me, you know, numbers-wise, they're supposed to be fairly similar. And like I said, that cover stock on the Afterburner, definitely a lot cleaner. Not quite as grabby, not quite as aggressive. But, I mean, you could kind of see that they do kind of have similar motions. So, yeah, I mean, going back to that Hyped Hybrid, I think it's a great benchmark ball. I know Roto Grip wanted to kind of fill that space between the and don't get me, I hope I don't get this mixed up, but between the HP 3 line and the HP 1 line. And I think they really wanted a solid benchmark ball in that HP 2 line, and they really did quite well with this Hyped Hybrid. Now, I haven't thrown the Hype Pearl. I don't really intend on drilling up a Hype Pearl. You know, but I would expect that it's probably going to be fairly similar to the Hyped Hybrid as far as motion and all that kind of stuff. Now, I am really, after throwing this ball, I'm really hoping they come out with a Hyped Solid, and I really hope they do it soon, because I think that's going to be probably, I mean, if you get that sort of solid surface on it where it doesn't snap, because I have noticed that this one does snap sometimes. So I feel like once we get a little bit more, and yes, I know it's a hybrid. I can sand it. I can do whatever with the surface, but again, I don't like doing that for my videos. I like you guys to know that that's what it comes at when it comes out of the box. But I'm really looking forward to see if that solid version will kind of take that snap out of the ball, make it a little bit more consistent. But like I said, it's predictable. It's great. It's a great ball. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's going to be a great benchmark ball for a lot of sort of your run-of-the-mill league bowlers. And honestly, I mean, they're obviously not. Honestly, they're not that expensive either. They're a great economic benchmark ball for a lot of your sort of run-of-the-mill league bowlers. I honestly think this is probably the underrated ball that's coming out on the 29th. Now, granted, there's only 4 balls coming out, and 2 of them have the hype name. But I really do think this one could really run under the radar, and I think it's going to be a great ball. And I think, like I said, I think a lot of your sort of normal run-of-the-mill league bowlers should definitely look at this option. It's a great ball. So, yeah, in conclusion, I think it's great. I think you should get it. I've said it a bunch. I'm sorry for I'm sorry for you know, kind of saying that a lot, but I really do think it's great. After throwing it tonight, I threw League tonight. I really wish I would have thrown that ball tonight because it had a great motion to it, so I'm probably going to throw it Thursday. So, yeah, I am a big fan. With that being said, I have one more ball that I have drilled up. It's the Electrify Solid. Like I said in my last video, I said I might have changed the cover stock on it, and I actually did. I did change the cover stock on it. I sanded it at 2,000, and it really sort of kind of got that ball a little bit more consistent through the mid part of the lane. So I am hopefully going to film that video tomorrow night. I am hopefully going to edit this one tomorrow morning and have it out by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, unless something comes up. So that's kind of the game plan right now. My goal was to have all these videos out by worldwide release date on October 29th. I think I'm going to get that accomplished. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Like I said, my goal is 1,000 subscribers. We're almost 1/3 of the way there. So I want to thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me that you guys are subscribing. I get a lot of compliments on the videos, so I just want to say thank you guys. I'm really putting a lot of time into these videos and putting a lot of time into, you know, obviously thinking about what's going to go great in these videos and what's going to work and what isn't. So I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Thank you.